Have you ever felt like your mind just won't stop? Like no matter what you do, thoughts of the past and worries about the future keep spinning in circles, stealing your peace. If you've ever felt that way, then today's story is for you. Because sometimes, the heaviest battles we fight are not with the world around us, but with the noise inside our own heads. In a quiet mountain village, far away from the rush of the city, lived a 24-year-old young man named Adrian. To anyone who looked at him, Adrian seemed like an ordinary young man, healthy, strong, with a future ahead of him. But inside, he carried a storm. His mind never rested. From the moment he woke up to the moment he fell asleep, endless thoughts kept rushing in. He thought about mistakes from his past, conversations he wished he had handled differently, choices he regretted, moments he couldn't change. And when he wasn't stuck in the past, he was worried about the future. What if he'll never succeed? What if tomorrow brings nothing but disappointment? The more he thought, the more restless he became. His nights were sleepless, his days felt heavy, and slowly he forgot how to smile. People in the village often saw him walking alone, lost in thought, his face tense with worry. One evening, while sitting under an old oak tree, Adrian overheard two travelers passing by. They were speaking about a wise elder named Mr. Rowan, who lived in a faraway hill village. Long ago, Mr. Rowan had been a famous psychologist. In the city, he had guided countless people through their struggles, teaching them how to calm their minds and rediscover peace. But in his old age, he had left the noise of city life behind. Now, he lived quietly near nature, occasionally offering wisdom to those who sought him out. Hearing this, Adrian's heart stirred with hope. Maybe this man can help me, he thought. The idea lit a small spark inside him, something he hadn't felt in months: curiosity and the possibility of change. Without wasting much time, he packed a small bag and set out on the long journey to meet the old man. The path was difficult. Adrian walked for days, crossing rivers, climbing steep hills, and resting only under the stars. Many times, his mind tried to pull him back into worry. What if this trip is useless? What if the old man cannot help me? But something inside pushed him forward. For the first time, he wasn't running from his thoughts. He was walking toward answers. Finally, one afternoon, Adrian reached the village in the hills. It was beautiful and quiet, filled with fresh air, the sound of birds, and the smell of wildflowers. And there, on the porch of a small wooden house covered with ivy, sat the old man. His eyes were closed, his breathing slow, his face completely at peace, as if no storm had ever touched him. Adrian walked closer and said softly, "Sir, my mind is restless. I cannot stop thinking. I want peace in my heart. Can you help me?" Mr. Rohan slowly opened his eyes. His gaze was calm yet powerful, like a river that has flowed for centuries. With a gentle smile, he said, "So, you are searching for peace? Then come with me, and I'll give you a small task." He led Adrian to his garden, where the sunlight touched every leaf. From a clay pot, he poured water into a glass, so full that even the slightest shake would spill it. Handing it carefully to Adrian, he said, "Take this glass, walk to the edge of the village, and return. But remember, don't spill even a single drop." Adrian looked at him with surprise, but something in Mr. Rowan's calm voice made him agree. Holding the glass tightly, he took his first careful steps, not knowing that this simple task was about to reveal a secret that could change his life forever. Adrian held the glass of water carefully in both hands. The surface trembled with each breath he took, threatening to spill. He began walking slowly down the narrow village road. Every step demanded his full attention. The path wasn't quiet. Children were playing tag, shouting with laughter. Dogs barked in the distance, chasing chickens. Shopkeepers called out to customers, and villagers carried baskets of fruits and firewood. But Adrian's eyes never left the glass. His entire focus narrowed to one thing: keeping the water from spilling. He walked past the children without noticing their games. He didn't hear the dogs barking. He didn't glance at the shopkeepers or the passing carts. His entire world shrank into that fragile glass of water. After what felt like hours, Adrian returned to Mr. Rowan's porch, the glass still full to the brim. Breathing heavily, but with a proud smile, he said, "Grandfather Rowan, I did it. Not a single drop spilled." The old man nodded slowly, his eyes twinkling with calm wisdom. "Good. But tell me, Adria, on your walk, did you see the children playing by the road?" Adrian shook his head. "No, sir." "Did you hear the dogs barking? Or the shopkeepers shouting?" Again, Adrian replied, "No. I didn't notice any of it. I was focused only on the glass." Mr. Rowan leaned forward slightly and smiled. "And that, my boy, is the secret you have been searching for all along." Adrian frowned, confused. "What do you mean?" The old man pointed gently at the glass. "Your mind has been like a crowded road, full of nice distractions. The past pulls you one way, regrets another. The future shouts at you with fears of what might happen. But when I gave you this glass, you stopped listening to all of them. You brought your mind into the present. For those moments, nothing else existed but the task in your hands. And in that stillness, your storm disappeared." Adrian's eyes widened. He thought back to the walk. For the first time in years, his mind had been quiet. No regrets, no fears. Whose focus? Just peace. Mr. Rowan continued softly. "Peace is not something you find in the future or in another place. It is already inside you. But to feel it, you must learn to keep your mind in the present. Just as you watch the water in the glass, you must watch your thoughts. When they try to run into the past or the future, gently bring them back. That is how you control the storm." Adrian's heart felt lighter than it had in years. He bowed his head and whispered, "I understand now. If I want peace, I don't need to run away. I just need to live in this moment." The old man's smile deepened. Behind them, the sun was setting, painting the sky with orange and gold. Birds were flying home to their nests. The world seemed to pause in perfect harmony. As Adrian walked away that evening, he was no longer the same restless young man who had arrived days ago. The storm inside him had begun to quiet. For the first time, he felt the gentle silence of peace. From that day on, whenever his mind began to wander into regrets or fears, he remembered the glass of water and whispered to himself, "Stay here. Stay now." And slowly, step by step, he rebuilt his life with calmness, clarity, and strength. And so, Adrian discovered a truth many forget. Peace is not somewhere far away. It is hidden in the present moment, waiting for us to return to it. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe, because more inspiring stories are on the way. Until then, stay calm, stay hopeful, and remember, your mind is strongest when it lives in the present. See you soon in the next video.